We are Elaine and Darren, and this is Max. In early 2018 we purchased a small piece of land in Central Portugal, and in 2020 we purchased our tiny house. As soon as we are able, we will drive our self-built campervan to our little house and build a semi-self-reliant life for ourselves on our land. In the meantime, we continue to enjoy the UK and get a lot of pleasure from sharing our lives with you. If you would like to follow our journey, please subscribe to our channel, and most importantly, don't forget to hit the like button, as that really helps our channel grow. We really hope you enjoy the video.
Hello, so it's the night before we're going to go away on holiday, and I thought I'd just do a quick tour around the garden so that I can see what it looks like now and then see what it looks like when I come back. Like to come with me? Let's have a look. So this is the big bed. Loads of the seedlings have come up. Beetroot here is a little bit thin and sparse, but the turnips, brilliant. I'll have to thin those out. These two here are lettuce, and then here I've only got two half rows. For some reason the other side hasn't come, and that's celeriac. And then right on the end I could just see one, maybe two fennel. Oh, there's the little fennel. Might not be able to make it out, but it's there on the end. I think this corner here hasn't germinated because Max was chasing some bees and jumped in there, and also it gets the least amount of sun. My carrot bed, really good. So 4 definite rows of carrots that I planted first. They're just normal orange carrots, along with the little end pockets where I reused the compost bags. Going to see if we can get any long carrots down in there, and then going the opposite way. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows which were planted about a week later, and they're all yellow carrots. This big bed here, the original one, tomatoes, big at that end. They have got flowers on, they don't have any fruit, so they were put in very late. The strawberries have finished fruiting and are now sending out runners, which are great, so I'm trying to pin those down. These are just little radishes, and then in the centre there's quite a lot of beetroot, and another sowing of beetroot which is smaller. Carrots there, lovely, they're about ready. I might actually just pull them up in the morning and take them with me. As you can see there, they're starting to grow up and out of the ground, so that's great. And then the kale is doing really well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, oh, and a few more down there, quite a few kale up and running, so lovely. The long narrow bed, everything's coming up really, really good. So the 2 little feathery frondy bits at the end here are cumin. Just gave it a try. More really thick, strong turnips, and more kale in these 2 rows. Then I've got more lettuce in these 2, and then again, come really strong, are more turnips. These are golden turnips, No, these are the Milan red tops. The other ones are the golden ones. And I do actually have some fennel in this bed because it gets nice. And there's Max shouting at the girls running in the street. What are you doing? Hey? Who are you barking at? Silly head. And here's my new pride and joy. So, got a 3 metre by 2 metre polytunnel. And this is merely for next year. But in here we've got the oddly, what have we got? We've got salads that are just going to be like salad leaves, little greens. I sowed them as evenly as I could, but you can see big patches here, and I even watered them from underneath, not on top, so I didn't expect the seeds to sort of all flood to one end. I thought I had got a really good distribution of them. But these trees are ancient old. We'll see how they do. Then 2 chilli plants. They are ones that I've bought from Homebase, which is where we got the polytunnel, and these were on half price and then half price again, and then by the time I got to the till I paid 80p for each of them. So that one's covered in fruit and still has a few flowers. This one's just sort of perking, we'll see. This top tray Darren has soaked and planted some moringa seeds. See how they come. It's supposed to be very fast growing once they get on their way. And in the bottom, I've just done that a little while ago, and I have to say I pulled a little seed head off an Aquilegia plant in our local park, and I've just planted all the seeds that were in just the little seed head, because I love Aquilegias. And we'll see, because I can't remember what colour they are, even though I've walked past them so many times in the spring. And there's my little courgette plant all settled in its recycle box, getting lots of warmth and sunshine. So we'll see how that's going. So at the moment it's got 1, 2, 3, 4 leaves on, and what looks like the beginning of 3 flowers. So we'll see how that goes. And there's some little sneaky person out there having a sniff. Right. So hopefully by the time we come back from our holiday it'll be full of produce and ready to harvest. No, I'm joking. Hopefully by the time we get back there'll be a big difference that I can actually see. This is the garden that I put in for autumn. We're now right at the beginning of September. It's about the 4th or 5th. Yep. It's a Sunday, I know that. So this is our courgette plant that we bought. It's not doing fabulously, unfortunately. Haven't had any courgettes off it yet. And the one that is ready has now got a bit of blossom end rot just in there. So I have been feeding it. I'm thinking I'm going to put some fresh compost in on the top and just leave it. That's nothing else I can do really. These were my little salads that was supposed to germinate really quickly and then make like a cut and come again salad. They also haven't done very fabulously. They took ages and ages to germinate, and they're just like a mix of I think it's like little broccoli, and I have a feeling that looks like Mizuna possibly. But it took so long to germinate, and when it did, it just germinated around the edge, and now the middles have germinated a little bit, the ones around the side. I mean, that one, that's actually starting to go to flower, so I might just chop them all down and it'll go in one little salad for a bit of a taste. But Darren's pleased because at last one of your little trees has grown. And what's this one called? A moringa tree. Yes.
Yeah.
So I think you put about 8 seeds in here.
Yeah.
But it's doing fine. I'm going to pop that one out, get it into its own fresh pot with some fresh compost, and I think that should do all right in here.
Yeah.
Our chili plants that we bought are now romping away. They've all flowered. The flowers are dying back, and they've all got loads of little fruits starting, which is great. Some follow-ons, and then this one was a little bit further on when we got it, and it had a few on. They're still very small. It just says it's a Apache. They don't quite look that big, but that might just be a very close-up shot. You never know. So there's a few chilies, and these were my seeds that I rescued from our local park. It was just one seed head on a Aquilegia. I love Aquilegias, and took ages and ages to germinate as well, and they're still germinating even now. There's another one just popping up through there, so I've got a good germination, so that's really cool. If I can get them big enough before it gets too cold, then hopefully they'll overwinter in here. Just saving up pots from the food we get out of our refuse boxes for seed, setting seed next year in the summer, and then we'll pop outside. So this bed, which I thought would be the most successful because it gets loads of latent heat coming out of the bricks from the house and gets full sun when the sun shines. You see, that might be the problem. We haven't had any sun for weeks. But it's the scrappiest looking bed, so I'm sort of at the point where I'm going to pick half of this out and just compost it, because they just haven't done very much. Our old existing bed, that's been giving us stuff all summer really, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been good. Yeah. It's been a good bed.
The kale's still going, and that'll go all through the winter. I've got 3 bunches of chives that just came from like the supermarket when it was like looking dead and it was 10p. Just popped it in, and we've had about 6 or 7 cuttings of that, just in like an omelette. Strawberries are all finished, but I'm setting all the runners away, and the beetroot, I just had beetroot on our lunch yesterday, and there's still more coming, and there's another lot of beetroot in here just that I've put in a few weeks ago, and in that corner there's a few more radish, so we've had quite a lot of radish. My carrot, very proud of. Just got carrots in, and there's normal orange carrots, and then those ones going that way are yellow carrots. Germination's been really good, because lots of people that we watch have said how bad germination of carrots has been this year. So that was really, really good. And these ones on the end, which I just put in as an afterthought, so I turned the compost bag inside out and stuck it in the end bit of the pallet, so it hangs all the way down the bottom. And these are just, I don't know whether it's because they're just a little bit higher so they get the sun just that extra bit more, but they are romping away lovely. So I'm expecting them to come out like this big. I just bought 2 tomato plants. They were 50p each, probably a little bit late in the season, but I put them in anyway, and they're a big beef tomato. They have done reasonably well, and there's some lovely fruits on here, nowhere near ripe obviously, and some real big ones. And we're in September now, so I'm going to leave them this week because we've been forecast some warm sunny weather this week, and that might help boost them up and give them the heat and the sunlight that they need. And then if not, I'm going to pinch a tip that I saw on one of the people we watch on YouTube, and it's to cut the fruits off big, like on a good stalk, and then hang them up upside down in the polytunnel, and just let the heat from the polytunnel try and ripen them up, and stem will still feed into it. They say just when you hang it upside down, it'll force all of the energy into the fruit because it wants to seed and continue itself.
Yeah, sounds like a good plan.
So we'll give that a go. Yeah, I've been pulling off all the heads of the dead flowers, and I thought it was finished and died, but just because I was too lazy to take it out, and then it rained, it came out, and look at this lovely, we had one there last week and now we've got another one, completely beautiful, just second flush.
Lovely.
Now this big bed I'm sort of pleased with, and we have made it difficult for ourselves because we had to move the polytunnel further up, so I can't get into the other side, which makes it difficult, hence there being a large footprint here that I had to stand in to reach the back, because not only do we like it, the slugs love it too. So I've taken off some huge slugs. But the fennel's doing okay, even though Max has sort of trodden on it a bit. These other footprints are Max's, where he was chasing the bees. The celeriac, now that it's germinated, that is doing okay, and I do believe that'll continue on into quite cool temperatures. The lettuce is doing really nice, and we've had a few lunches out of this already. But not only do we love it, this is what the slugs absolutely adore. So you can see where they've peppered it and made lovely lace doilies out of it. But they're just sort of starting to hot a little bit, not a lot. This big mass here is turnips, and if we get right inside, they are starting to ball up. The fruits are starting to ball up down the bottom, and there's more. It's getting quite hearty, so I'm thinking not too long and we'll have some nice little sweet turnips. At the very end, the only problem is that turnips are shielding out the beetroots, but they'll just keep going and going. So yeah, so that's where the garden is at the moment. In the last couple of days we've been out foraging, and this afternoon we got some brambles. So couple of pounds, I think. I've just got them here washing in water and a bit of vinegar, so they've been there for about an hour. So I'm just going to take them out and drain them, and what I'm hoping to do is put them together with some of the, I'll move these out the way now. So what I'm hoping to do is to put it together with some of the Bramley apples that we got the night before. Was it last night or the night before? I think it was last night, wasn't it? Yeah. And so some of these with all of the blackberries, and make some apple and blackberry jelly. So there's no seeds and no skins and pips, really nice. And what we also found after we were driving away from where we got the brambles were some crab apples. So I've already got them on the go. I don't have a lid for my jam pan, so we'll just have a look. So in here there's about 1 kilo of crab apples, and I'm doing a spiced crab apple jelly. So I've got bay leaves, which was our prize from Jane in Spain. We've mentioned her before, we like watching her. There's some black peppercorns, some ginger and cinnamon, and some orange peel. So that's just cooking away, and then I'll squeeze all of that through some muslin, and that'll be a nice spicy apple jelly ready towards Christmas time. So, well, after filming round in the garden, I thought that we hadn't actually talked to you for quite some time, and just wanted firstly to say thank you very much to everyone who liked and watched and commented on our Skye tour. We thoroughly enjoyed it. It's just blew our minds, as you can probably imagine from the videos that Darren produced. We thought it was an amazing place. We had thought about going back there because we're planning another trip in the next week or two, but we're always thinking about the road we haven't travelled, so might not be there, might be somewhere else, but there'll definitely be another trip within the UK very soon, and I hope that you'll continue to support us by watching the videos that Darren produces. What I also would like to say is we realise that we're not in Portugal. We haven't gone back to Portugal yet, and I think a lot of people are finding that they are not where they would like to be or would hope to be at this present time. After the coronavirus closed the world down for such a long time, it's changed everybody's circumstances, and we are no different to anybody else. So it is something that's still on our radar. It's still something that we really want to do, and things are only just now starting to fall into place, both from a family perspective, financially, time-wise, everything. Yeah, it's been a bit of a tough time, but we are now sort of seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, and we think not immediately and not in the near future, but in the not too distant future, we will then be in the right place for us to make our move out to Portugal like we would like to, and start working on our land, start working on our house. But I think the biggest thing that we have taken from this inability to travel is how much we actually do want to travel. So that's what we intend to do. Our original plan way back when we bought our land was as a central point. It was a place to go and park up our van, chill out and have a space that was ours. And then, just like everybody else, everybody's plans change, and our desire to travel has sort of come to the fore. So yes, we will be going out to Portugal as soon as we can, but it'll be more as a base, and we want to travel in and around Europe, places that we've never been. We haven't travelled extensively, so we're sort of putting our focus for the next few years on going and seeing the places and doing the things that we've always wanted to do, as well as getting onto our land, getting some of it sorted so that it's always a brilliant base for us to come back to. And we think at the moment that that will be our permanent home eventually. So yeah. Nope, can't think of anything else to say now, but just thank you so much for everybody who has continued to watch our videos and support us. We really do appreciate it, and we get some absolutely fabulous comments, funny comments, really heartfelt ones, which make Darren and I both smile. So I better go and crack on with this spiced crabapple jelly, smelling amazing. So take care everyone, thank you for watching, and let's see where we end up in the next few weeks. Bye.